I am fascinated by the similarities and the analogies between the music and dancing sampling scene which emerged in about '87 and what I see as the computer graphics and multimedia scene which is emerging now. I feel that computer graphics especially goes particularly well with dance music and especially well with techno music because that is music of a machine age and in a way these are sort of dreams that machines think.
Escape for us was our first attempt at doing an interactive CD title, which is the combination of pop video, computer games and music. The computer generates a series of graphics which go in time with the music and which work with the music. And then there's a number of ways using the infrared controller that comes with the CDI machine that you can actually effect changes on the screen. It's, in a way, it's using some of the same skills that people have developed to play games with. I found generally that record companies, over the last couple of years, we talked to quite a few and it's like, yeah, we'll get back to you. Don't think I understand what you're talking about. And it's silly really. The concept of CD-ROM is quite simple. It's just you put more on the CD than just music. The threat that kids playing computer games poses to the music industry is real in that if the music industry doesn't create products which kids want to buy, then they're not going to buy them if they're having more fun playing Sonic. However, I think that there's a lot of scope for combining the two areas.
Already on the Sega CD there are games which incorporate music.
We've signed up CNC Music Factory, Marky Mark, Chris Cross, In Excess and Prince for the new format of Make Your Own Pop Video. The idea is you are presented with three different pieces of, for example, crisscross footage.
It's wicked, 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 wet!
And your job is to make a cut of a video using different editing techniques.
The opportunity for the music industry is to look at the games format and the CD format as a blank piece of paper. It's not just a case of taking games console, Sega graphics and bolting music to that. It needs to be looked at with a musician's creativity and worked out in such a way that the two entertainment strands can be better combined.
But most of the offers I've had at the moment are pretty much, here's an artist pop video, here's a video game, they're pretty much one and the same. We're looking for someone, and it isn't us at the moment, who's going to come up with a fantastic idea that the actual consumer can sit there and say, wow, CD on its own can't do this, video games on their own can't do this, but together, this is great.
Computer games have no part in the music industry. Computer games are male-dominated. The music industry is female-dominated. Any record store that chucks out records and puts games in will have a shock in 18 months' time. Because boys have a very short retention period.
As far as I'm concerned, new computer games and everything are just something extra. When I was a teenager, many, many years ago, we had loads of other things that we liked as well. For instance, girls and sex and drugs and all the things that the kids say are not in the slightest bit interested in. But now they've also got this additional thing of computer games, which occupies a certain part of their leisure time.
If you're playing, Terminator, shoot 'em up, it doesn't actually really go anywhere. Interactive media is in a way a conclusion of house music. People have an 808 drum machine, we've got a Macintosh computer, and we're jamming with all kinds of multimedia samples, video clips, sound bites, all kinds of information databases, and we just mix it all up. We're starting off in the foyer of the virtual nightclub. That's the lift. You can go through, it takes you through all the other floors. As we come round, we've got a bit of interactive advertising. Going through here, this is into the beginning of the gallery. This is Mark Wigan's space, and he's done this kind of customised TV set. And if you click on the TV, it plays various images. We've actually got a fashion show playing in there at the moment. This is our labels universe, where all the different techno labels that we've worked with have given us music to go in here. So it's like a galaxy of labels. It's a techno sampler. And as you click on any of the planets, you get to hear different music. In the Shamen room, we've got Terence McKenna, who's the West Coast guru. and you can go inside his head and get all kinds of ideas. There's a tree of shamanism that you can actually climb up and down the tree and find out some different ideas behind shamanism. You can sample their videos, sample their sounds. It's a trip.
We feel a bit like pioneers. There's so much potential here, so many things not tried, and we've just dipped our toes into the water.
To me, a virtual nightclub space would be an environment in which you don't leave your own home. You're directly wired into your computer system or network. You've got a bodysuit on from head to toe, which incorporates all the feeling senses. And it wouldn't mean square block graphics, as what we usually get with VR. It would mean actual visions of what you're seeing looks real. You know, that to me is virtual reality. Physical contact with a human being wouldn't be lost if all the heat sensors and feeling sensors on the suit worked. You know, you could go as far as virtual sex. Virtual reality is a way of reaching an altered state of consciousness without the use of any kind of a drug.
This last time was very angry. A lot of people didn't like that. A lot more people said, I'm glad you told them off. They got to hear it come out your mouth. Let them have it. Rappers get to white kids in suburbia. And, you know, we not only made them enjoy listening to us, we injected some of the rage into them. What we do in music is we do street dramas and action films. So I take on the persona of the mad psycho killer, and I roll the streets and kill everybody.
All you want to do is tell the truth.
The new album I think we're going to call Sorry No Messages. We have you'll see the album cover. It's going to be a desk with like money and a gun and all this kind of stuff, like some Putin's desk. You're going to have a memo, a picture of a memo, and it'll say memo Ice-T, and it'll say Sorry No Messages.
But there will be retaliation.
I don't need to make another rap album, you know, but I want to, so I'll do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm a perfect example of somebody who was down there in the streets and figured a way to get out. You know, now I got a nice house and moved out of the hood, because I don't believe that anyone lives in the ghetto by choice. I don't believe the ghetto is a black community. I think it's a poor community. One cop pulled over my buddy and said, well, what did Ice-T move up on the hill for? And he said, well, he knows that he lives there and none of you could ever move next door to him with your low-paying job. So, you know, we rub it in.
Now they want to shut us down.
Right now, like, I'm working with the gang truces in Los Angeles, and also I just started an organization called South Central Love. I like to be like politically active, but I would never really want to be a politician, so to speak. I sit in my office and I have interviews with people just come in, okay, hold up, like, I need 10,000. My boys call it the embassy, and sometimes we've got real problems. Somebody beat up somebody, and I handle it. I tell them, you're going to owe me a favor. And when I come asking for the favor, you're going to give it to me, right? Promise. This thing. Oh, this is Michael Jackson right here on my page. Teaching us some new moonwalk techniques. You be with your buddies there, and y'all like, yo, we gonna watch Mike, and then you look over and he's like, what are you doing, right? Mike is just, he's all that, you know, and I'm not here to criticize him about how he's living, you know? I mean, I've been singing his records since I was a little kid, you know, so he's Michael Jackson. That's him. I grew up with no parents, so love is something that's strange to me. You gotta understand that, you know. I don't really have family or people around me, so I have to learn about it and stuff. A little girl grew up, heard me cussing, talking crazy, heard the men talking, and she's an A student. She doesn't curse around me. I guess that's out of respect. I don't know how she talks in the street, but she handles her grave, and I'm real proud of her. And I think the main thing is we have a great line of communication. I think that's the most important thing with being a parent. The only thing I really do when I'm not working, I play like video games and stuff. I'll sneak out of the house and run around with other women, you know, stuff men do and stuff. It's like women, they have this thing with me where it's like, okay, IT, you can talk, man. And they look at their boyfriend, don't you try it. But you can talk, man. They say, ooh, you so bold, you crazy. They love that stuff. So they see, oh, he's going to talk dirty, he's going to do let's get butt naked. I like that. I like it because girls are just as nasty as us. I don't hate women, you know. At times, men do look at women as sexual objects, and I'm just in touch with that. If I thought all women were around for whiffs for that, then I would be a true sexist person. I employ too many women for that, and women that work with me are paid well. They're not treated like that. I treat people by how they come across, you know what I'm saying? But humorously, it's more fun just to attack them just for the sake of the fight. It's more fun to say, oh my God, did he say that? He's crazy. It's more fun. You know. Plus, if I know I can bother you, I'm gonna bother you. A lot of people are under the impression I'm married. When we did the Power album, when all the press came after me, they were like, well, how could you use a woman and put her on your album cover and make her look like this? And I was like, a model. I was like, no, that's my girlfriend. That's my wife. And immediately I got married all over the world. It's like, I used to be married, you know. But I've been with my girl for about 6 years, and I refer to her as my wife. But nah, you know, Great Britain. I've never been married, never been to a wedding. And see, this is what my finger really looks like with a ring on it. Plus, a wedding ring with class right there. So, I'm still available.
I'd just like to say that I think Hypnosis is really wicked because it gives us kids a voice, and like society just always trying to tell us to shut up, and I just think it's really cool, and I like it a lot. Wicked. My name's Tracy from Chelmsford. Bye.
I hate dance music from the pit of my stomach, and to give a whole show over to this inane rubbish makes my blood boil.
Boil on. The next Hypnosis, Sunday, 5:30.